and welcome to Frontiers of Eberron Quickstone, our first side quest episode called Fortune and Glory. I am your Dungeon Master, Michael St. Gregory, accompanied by, first off, we're going to introduce our guest player. I'm actually going to bring them up top, right
Whoa.
over to my right. Please introduce yourself from Tabletop Misfits.
So I'm James over at Tabletop Misfits, where we are a variety TTRPG streaming studio. Tonight I have the honor to play Flint, the Dwarven Fighter Fister, and purveyor of artifacts and all the shiny things.
Indeed. And also now our second portmanteau type player, unless, once again, Idly has decided to change things up a bit. Speaking of which, why don't we have Idly introduce themselves next?
Hi, I'm Idly. I will be playing Sheila, your Knoll barbarian, for the evening.
All right. And I know I'm moving everybody around, but Lily.
Hi, everybody. I am Lady Lily. I am playing Adelaide Wendy, your tortured, lushy little rogue.
And finally, Charles.
Oh, I'm Charles. I am playing Kit Haifang, Foxy Paladin.
Now let us make our way over to the dusty town of Quickstone. And here we find ourselves once again in the Crown Tavern. The wonderful tavern that all great things happen. In fact, where most great stories happen here in Quickstone. Sheila, Adelaide, and Kit. It's a day where just the three of you happen to be together. The Stonecutters, as you've been recently dubbed by the town of Quickstone, thanks to your heroic efforts from saving it from a cult that tried to bring the deity known as Orlosk into re-existence. But due to your combined efforts with some new allies and some help from some magical weaponry, you were able to stop those efforts. And you've been lauded for your work. But through some downtime, you've been able to upgrade some of your skills. And you've been able to learn some things. In fact, we're going to find out some of those things that you've been doing in that downtime, starting with Kit.
Kit's just been wandering around. He's just wandering, walk around town, just testing his new spells that are granted to him. Trying to get a feel for it. Just enjoying his time, especially after the long night, since it's tend to be the ghosts that go around and just relaxing the new year.
You have noticed, since your newfound respect, that the people have seen you as a not so much even as like a lawman, but like a peace officer. They don't see you as someone who is trying to disrupt, but they see you not even so much as an authority figure. They see you as someone who basically, if you're there, they did something wrong because otherwise it would have been able to be disputed the old-fashioned way. They know what you're capable of. And they also know that the sheriff has bigger things that they take care of. You're the people person, as it were. and not even like in the traditional sense. It's the common person or common Vulpin. When you kind of just get glances, townspeople just give a nod out of respect. Even the ones who are always starting fights, they just kind of look at you like, all right, not going to cause any trouble. It ain't worth it. Adelaide, what have you been up to?
Adelaide has been up to what she tends to be up to on her downtime, getting very, very drunk every day. Along with her training, always trying to keep up her skills, seeing how many acrobatic tricks she can accidentally cut herself on. But she has also been taking odd jobs here and there. Some good, some probably a little shady, but we look the other way.
Was there anything that you would say you were... What was an odd job that you would say that you were actually proud of, that you wouldn't mind being told in public?
Probably when, like, say some like allegedly allegedly that she was approached by a woman who needed some help with a spouse who had a lot of influence, or maybe had just, everyone convinced they were a good person, and maybe they just needed their ass kicked a little to stop being such a dick.
Do you remember her name?
I'll call her Catalina.
And Catalina, we'll say that she... Catalina is a woman who frequents the inn, not so much the Crown. She is she could be found more so by over in this area at the Gold Dragon Inn. There is a reason why that her and several associates happen to be by the train station, because people are mostly gentlemen, are able to come in and out quite quickly from that train stop. And a few people that necessarily don't like to do business peacefully, you were able to handle, and they were quite thankful for your efforts. She rewarded you with a handsome fee of we'll say 30 silver for every gentleman that you were able to dispose of, and you can roll a d8 for the amount.
I'm gonna, just because I'm curious though. I might freeze for a second.
Let's see.
That's a 5.
Okay. Not bad.
I will in a moment.
And you can determine how you decided to spend that over the time.
she would have also been looking for anyone that could give her some information on her friendly Harkin.
Mm-hmm.
Just anyone in town that might know something. But other than that, that's it.
I'd say you kept your ear close to the ground, especially within the Gold Dragon Inn, because of the amount of people that come in and out. They stay there the most because it's by the train, the lightning rail station, and it is your best resource. So when you hear, when there's an appropriate time, we'll have you roll investigation rolls for that.
Got it.
So we have now cemented that as a future mechanic for you. Sheila, what have you been up to?
Well, between just general rolling around and wrestling with critters, Sheila has been training with the Guardians to get more in touch with her primal magics that seem to just sometimes happen when she's excited, also known as the wild magic rage.
Yes. Over at I'm sorry. It's you.
Yeah, there we
You
go. That's
actually
it.
get invited to the schoolhouse.
Oh!
You, they, the children of the town are very curious about a Knoll barbarian, and your behavior is so delightful to the teachers there that they just want to see you interact with the other children, and there are so many different questions that they all like are asking you all the time, mostly about like your your plant, your little talking cactus, and your horse, and the what kind of little like lesson for the day do you give the children of Quickstone in the schoolhouse? Which
Well,
is curiously right by a mine, it seems, as I look at this map. So number
Well-
3 over here is the schoolhouse. Number 2 is the entrance to the mine.
first off, it's very important that they know that the color purple is in fact evil, but sometimes you do have to work with the color purple to defeat other things that are the color purple, which was what she learned the last adventure. And then I think she teaches them how to do push-ups. It's a lot of physical activity. There's some pull-ups. There's a lot of running around. An obstacle course. It becomes a lot of burning energy off, and the school teachers can't really tell if it's Sheila burning off her own energy or the kids.
Are you
Kind
telling
of
me
a combo.
you get the zoomies? Is that what I'm
Yeah.
hearing?
If you haven't figured out, there's a reason why one of Sheila's pronouns is good girl. So, the three of you happen to be at the Crown. Once again, Brogan Hall is delighted that his 3 best customers and the local celebrities happen to be at their what is now their little private booth. Except this time you've been a little bit upgraded. You have on the second floor a little bit of a balcony area that kind of looks over everything that just happens to be there for you, so that Brogan can bring drinks up to you personally. And if there's any kind of business that needs to be sent up to you, if anyone has work that they want to bring to you or any attention that wants to be brought up to you, he does that. He makes sure that he's kind of a liaison for that sort of deal. And what are the 3 of you talking about at this time?
Adelaide is kind of going, giving Sheila a play-by-play about the job where she got paid for. Since it was 5 individuals, she's just like, so the first one just kind of exploded a bit. His eyes went a bit once the stab wound got really, really deep, but it wasn't that deep. He was fine. I just needed to, really roundhouse kick a couple of them. Do you understand?
Yeah.
The one hit the wall. That was genius. Especially because he was holding his drink. Got it all over himself.
Did he do like a cool cartoon, like fly through the wall, and his like impression or shadow was like all like cut out?
Funnily enough, yes, because of the foam from the mead. Just kind of
Fun!
outlined him. It was hilarious.
That's fun. I have a lot of responsibility now. I can't just be, fighting people in the streets anymore. I'm a teacher now. It's very, very difficult.
And they're lucky to have you. Those kids could learn a thing or two from you.
Yeah. They're not really good at wrestling yet. They're all limbs. We'll get them going.
Kids just listening to
poor
us go
children.
crazy.
Those poor children. They're just you cut back to the kids. They're just like,
But you know what? Their parents are very happy because they're sleeping real good.
And that's the important thing. As she tosses another shot.
Kit, how is your reaction to Sheila basically being the physical fitness acumen to the school children?
Kid is just kind of been fidgety in his seat since he's so used to doing nothing but wander with the God's help. So he's just kind of kicking his legs. And then, wait, teaching? What are you teaching them?
I'm teaching them the most important things of all. How to not die. You can't learn that from a book.
I would argue that at times you can learn a new method on how to cause someone to die.
I mean, you could kill somebody with a book. If you
How
get
would
them
you do
burn
it?
enough. Or
How
choke
about just
them
put-
with a book.
Okay. Make him swallow it.
Yeah. Or paper. Feed them enough paper.
Those are the same, right? Joking. You could also take the paper and then as she's going to try and describe paper cuts to the eyes, but I will not do that in actual.
God, oh, please.
Yeah. and then you could take a lemon and maybe some salt and really make it a party. But that sounds like a margarita.
Speaking of which,
Margarita of violence.
I'm just trying to order more drinks. Gonna walk up to the bar.
You guys really need to tell me the story of how you guys became deputies. I do not believe at this point.
I think as Adelaide walks up to the bar, Foot's just kind of sitting there, sipping on probably just a local ale, and he's just listening. And just so we have new people in town, a new school teacher, and it seems like none of them really know what the hell is going on. Fantastic.
Could you describe what Adelaide sees as?
Yeah.
As
So
you kind of speak this mutterance out loud.
yeah, so you see this heavy brown trench coat kind of hunched over a mug of beer, and normally he would any other dwarf in this town probably blends in perfectly fine, but his turquoise faux hawk that flops over to the side gives it away immediately that this is not just your average dwarf. Not to mention every once in a while you'll hear like whistles or like gears moving, and you'll see movement underneath the coat every once in a while, but it's just, you don't know.
Adelaide will most likely notice the movement, even in her drunken state. She has a semi good view of things, so she'd probably just. I'm definitely not that drunk yet. There's something under your coat, sir. As she kind of just walks past to get to the bar.
Oh, it's nothing. I've just got some little bobs and bobbles working their way to make something for me. And you can see that as it kind of pops open, like you can see like something pop up over it, and a small device, probably about this big, just kind of a little like mechanic hanger, just kind of drops it off, and he grabs it. Oh, there's a new one. See if that works this time.
I'm definitely not drunk enough yet. Barkeep, a shot now for me and the... What is your name?
I'm Flint. At least that's what they
Flint.
call me around here.
Flint. I like it. Adelaide. I'm a thing with names. And she just orders 2 shots. And more for when she takes back. I'm spending my silver, okay?
Well, I appreciate the drink.
You crackled a bit.
You crackled a lot.
Sorry, Flint is down there.
And Flint kind of takes a moment, thinks about it for a second. This is back over at Adelaide as she's walking away. Something was said about a group of people helping around this town. Kind of looks like somebody. He shrugs it off for a moment, takes the shot, places it down, flips it upside down, places it on the counter. What's the barkeep's name?
That would be Brogan Hull. Broganhul. There you go.
All right.
Kind of looks like us. You and me in real life.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I got to play a character with hair because I don't get the opportunity to do it in real life. That's how it works.
I do the same thing every time.
But Flynn will look over to Brogan. Real quick, do you know who that was? We don't normally get a lot of them that just hand out drinks.
You'll have to be more specific. I serve a lot of people here, mate.
The kind lass that just bought me a drink that was standing right here 10 seconds ago.
Give me a persuasion check, because you can see he's being doing this on purpose.
Yeah, got you. Oh, great. My persuasion is crap. Let's see how this goes tonight. The 10.
You can see he's kind of just like tapping and flicking, like he's doing that thing with the coin where it's like going through each of his fingers and it's just like a copper piece. He goes, "Oh, I don't know. A lot of faces around here, mate."
All right, I get your point. He'll pull out a silver and slap it on the table, slide it over.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I see. Your brain's working a little better now.
You know, just sometimes the memory just comes and goes. Oh yeah, that's Adelaide, one of the stone cutters, not to be messed with, unless you got business with her. Well, then it depends on how much you're willing to part with.
Oh, always have business, you know. Do I have the money to pay for it? Is the question.
It's always the question around here, mate.
And he'll toss another silver, another ale, please.
Gladly. Slide it right over to you.
And then he'll kind of pace himself to
Shall
know
I
where
be sending a name up to them and finding out if business shall be done with you?
Oh, it's a private party up there. Understood.
A bit.
Seems to be a big name here now. Sounds like it's interesting. We don't get many of those that are considered upper echelon, if the word, or the upper class.
Oh, we don't have many people that happen to stop an entire cult from nearly ruining the entire livelihood of the town. I don't know if you heard, but well, they stopped this nasty warforged from essentially digging up an ancient spirit, and then, well, that's why they're up there and we're down here, mate.
Well, if I know anything, I'll find my way up there when I can. But no, definitely send my name up there, especially with that interest in the Warforged. Let them know I've got an idea. I've got a place I'd like to check out. Maybe give them some idea, and just leave them with a single word for me: living brass. See if it catches their interest.
Hang on a tick. What did you say your name was?
Flint.
Are you that chap that hangs out with Hemlock?
I'm that same one.
Right. Right, I thought I recognized you. I mean, a hair should have been a giveaway, but...
There's not many of us, not at least around here with blue hair. Won't say that wasn't an experiment that went terribly wrong, but kind of lived to it now.
Sometimes it's not so much about the appearance, but it's about the way people carry themselves. And you, mate, you look like you carry some interesting secrets about yourself. And secrets go a long way in terms of information and currency. I'm going to do yourself a favor. I'm going to let them know that you've got some interesting work for them. I'm going to tell you them myself. Hang tight.
Feel free to do me a favor, and he'll do the same thing. He'll come over his thing, a small hand will pop up, he'll grab it. No, just hand him this. I'll take it from there.
All right.
It just looks like coin, but there's no distinctive features on it. It just looks like a metal piece.
And he does so. All right, so he gestures basically, do you want to take the lead or shall I?
Oh, well, we'll do it this way. He'll drop another gold down. Mm-hmm. He'll say, give them a round of drinks with that, and hand them that piece, and I'll let you take care of that point. And once they get the stone, then I'll take care of that from there.
Okay. And he gives a nod. And then you watch as he brings a tray up, and he brings it up to the three of them. You see some whispers exchange, some discussion talk. He brings out the item. The three of you, having heard now what this discussion is going to end up being, and that Brogan has basically said to you, one of Hemlock's buddies has a bit of some fun activity for you to take part in. Looks like it could be some big treasure coming your way. And knowing this person the way that I do, and the fact that they know Hemlock, means that, well, you can handle it. and before he can tell that you, Adelaide, are going to be skeptical, he said, oh, and he bought the drinks.
That's a good start.
and he points down exactly where Flint is sitting, and he heads back down behind the bar.
So did anybody grab the item that he handed them?
He leaves it on the table in the center, so I will let them decide.
Sounds good.
Can you describe it for me?
Small, little bit larger than a coin. It looks like it has either a copper ring around it. It's the for mechanics purposes, it's a sending stone.
Sheila will pick it up.
And the way he configures it is as soon as somebody touches it, he can telepathically connect to them for that moment for the sending. This is see, somebody's picked up the stone. Who am I speaking with?
Wow, this jelly bean can talk?
Yes, and if you let somebody else hold on to it at the same time, I can talk to them too.
Oh. Wow. Adelaide, do you wanna hold this talking jelly bean?
First off, the question is, what's a jelly bean? And second, what is that?
I don't know.
Like, I hold it or you hold it? And she just kind of like touches
whatever
is available.
Out of it, yeah. And you'll hear Flint's. So if you're still interested in a little bit of treasure, I'm happy to share some information that I've figured out. Some travelers around have mentioned. I'm curious. You all seem to be of talented use. At least the one who I'm speaking to, hopefully.
Hey, Kit, you want to get in on this? There's, I heard treasure.
It's okay, get in on what?
Just
Talking about jelly
this
bean?
thing
Oh,
that was
jelly
Yeah,
touch
touch the jelly bean. You gotta
All
touch
right,
it.
we'll just
You have to-
stand
you
on
have
the
to touch the
chair and
jelly
like
bean.
reach across. Okay. Hello.
And he's just continued to bump like as everybody's grabbing this item. He hasn't stopped repeating it. He just continues with the story at this point. He says, "I've recently heard of an item known as living brass, a material that requires an interesting type of forge, and apparently there's a place known as it looks like it's I was given some information on a place known as for an experimental foundry, and mentioned you guys have already dealt with the Warforged. Am I to presume?"
Yes.
Would you like to continue this, or would you like to come get me? Because apparently I'm not allowed back there.
Oh, just where are you again? And then she just kind of looks
He's
over.
been sitting at the bar the entire time.
She starts like snapping, where like just over here.
I thought
You
they were
mean you're-
upstairs. Like I didn't think they were like across the hall. Like I thought you mentioned.
So
they
we
were
were like, I thought we could see down that way.
Yeah. You are up looking down, and then like he's like basically at the bar, just kind of like.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Seems I've.
Wait, hang on. Quick, Redcon.
Okay, go
I
for
have a
it.
better idea. And I'll roll for this. I'll roll for this if I have to. Upon the like, would you come get me? Can she just like flip off of that area to land onto the bottom?
Definitely
Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh,
God
please
help us all.
Oh, this if it fails, this could be hilarious.
Okay, I
This is gonna hurt if it fails.
acrobatics, so hopefully. That's a 7 with a +9. That is 18.
Okay. DC was 15. So,
Yay!
all right. Describe your
Wait.
flip.
She kind of like lets go of the stone, just like stands up, walks over the table. Once she's on the like, puts one foot on the banister, uses that to propel herself to do a flip, landing on the ground, and then just kind of like lands it and walks up, and just like casually walks over.
Nice. You watch as this unnecessary athletic display lands on to one of the tables below, and you see as several other miners, probably a handful that you know, just kind of go like just immediately pick their drink up like business as usual as they see Adelaide once again just not take the stairs and just makes her way over to the bar. Remember, this isn't a large establishment.
And you just
Oh,
flipped
are
off
we
of the
just-
second story. Got it.
Are we jumping? Is it jumping time? And Sheila
You
will just
see
like
the
Hulk.
miners
Hulk
up there
jump.
hear you say that and go, no,
Yeah,
no,
it's Hulk jump
no.
time. And it's just like vault, no worries about landing.
Give me a strength check because I need to see if you're gonna break the table.
Yeah, let's
Because
do
you're
it.
gonna land. I need to know how forceful your jump is.
It's actually less
Oh,
is better at this point.
It's 6.
Okay, somehow you're able to have a little bit of grace. Maybe you're fresh off of your lessons that you gave to the class, and you learn.
Yeah.
You
A little
decide to
worn
just,
out.
yeah, you're a little worn out, and you kind of like, okay, it's more like a instead of jump, it's more like a, and just kind of bring yourself down.
Yeah,
Like
it's
gravity
like
do the
a
work.
slow Linda Hamilton like push up but down.
Wait, that was an interesting sight to see.
Kit, you gotta do it too.
Just, what? You just picked.
I don't
Well,
understand
since
why
he's
people
holding the.
use stairs.
the
That's why when
coin.
they were created.
Hello. Hello.
So what does Kit do?
So, he's picking up the sending stone since everybody else jumped off. I was like, hello, hello. Can this connect to anybody
Still
else?
here.
Hey,
Still here. Yes.
Brogan?
Seems to be
Brogan there?
like you're the one that's smart enough to properly.
Can you
use
transfer
stairs.
me? Can you transfer me to Brogan? Hello? If not, can you tell him to
Here.
get
Hold
Sheila a drink
hold
since
that,
that did not
please,
look
bro.
comfortable?
At this
This one
point, the
apparently
two of
was-
you are talking
was
loud
walking
enough that
downstairs.
you could hear each other, like from one floor to the
So
next.
I
Like
walked down.
it wouldn't even like be necessary to use the stone.
Mhm.
You're
I
supposed
just
to
walked
jump.
up to him and like pull on his thing.
Yes.
This is-
Uh,
Hello, can you hear me? Is Brogan still here?
I can take that now. Thank you. And he'll hold his hand out to wait to get the stone back.
You'd be holding down. This kid is very small.
Oh. Well, I mean, I'm not tall. Or anything.
Yeah, I would say you're both generally around the same height.
I was thinking because he's coming downstairs, it's like, okay, waiting on you to get down the stairs.
Yeah.
Take the stone.
Adelaide is sitting on the bar. She's a little tipsy, so she kind of sits on the bar, and then throws Brogan a silver because she's sitting on the bar, and just kind of looks over. So I heard the word treasure.
Well, we've been told. Prior friend of mine heard of a place, and I know I can't do it myself. And this good old barkeep, with no persuasion whatsoever, offered you up as potential help. As he taps the silver on the table, looking at Brogan with a raised eyebrow.
Sheila,
Well,
what do you
we're very expensive. Sheila tries to barter.
We are, after all, a little famous, are we not? So we had to pull up our pricing to assist.
Yeah, Beyonce don't just appear for nobody.
You have no idea what she's talking about.
Right. I can tell you this. If we find out what's down there, I really want to know the knowledge. Anything that comes out of it, you're welcome to have. Minus costs of what we're going to actually need to get down there, most likely.
Find out what's down where.
You know, there's a place, a deep chasm within the Korlak Rift of a experimental foundry, place where the originals of the Warforged might have come from. And I figure it's the best place to go go gallivant. Don't you? I mean, or I can go find another handful of adventurers in this area or beyond.
Let's not
You
be
seem
too
to be
hasty.
very yes.
Let's not be too hasty on that. And she kind of leans over to Sheila and Kit in like a huddle, like, okay, everybody huddle. I have absolutely nothing planned for the next few days, and I mean, I could use the money. Would you, but you guys? Do you think the school could spare you?
I mean, I think the kids could use a break. They did not like leg day. They did not do very well because they got little ones, little legs.
Kit?
I'm okay either way. I mean, it's not like he's not going to find anybody else.
And they're more likely to die than us. Anyone else.
And I don't want that on my conscience when I have another drink. So
I mean,
Oh, I thought you were about to say that. For him
How
to go
loud are
bury
you all
somebody
talking?
else, so that
Sheila
he
is
can
talking.
tell.
just
Same
loud
way.
enough for everyone to hear in the bar.
As Sheila says that, and I'm sure at that point, Flint's ears would perk up as Adelaide retorted with the drink request, and he'll put another 3 silver down and send another set of drinks to them. If you're worried about money, it's got a decent amount. Nothing crazy, but I'm sure there's going to be enough down there. As long as y'all are sober during this fight, or this conflict, I think we'll be all right.
You want
Flint.
me? You don't want me sober at a fight.
No, she
Flint,
gets all
make
weird.
Flint, if you could make a perception check, please.
Sure.
Because canonically, guys, it's happened. When she's sober and she fights, I roll bad. When she's drunk, she rolls good.
That's another 10.
What you don't notice
Wisdom's not great.
as you talk, and as you're all kind of discussing things with each other, Hemlock has come through the double doors, and he sees you, Flint, and he taps you on the shoulder.
Oh, didn't know you were coming out today.
What are you doing here?
Having a drink.
And
These fine people.
is that all?
My normal, listening to the hubbub of this place, coming up with cool ideas to go gallivant into the mines again. See what we can find.
Roll deception.
My negative
Dirty
1.
liar.
Let's do this.
You dirty
He knows
liar.
he lies. Oh my gosh. 15.
Oh, yes, Adelaide.
Is that
Just
being
a polite
said?
look.
Like, is this? Is that being said within like our earshot?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because Adelaide's not Hemlock's biggest fan. So
Yeah,
Ju-
he's aware.
just to be a bitch, she kind of just like leans over onto like kind of like puts her like this on Flint and looks at him like, please don't tell me you're taking my drinking buddy from me.
He looks at Flint with a 15, and he's just like, "You seem to have left the workshop in a bit of a hurry."
Oh, not too much. I just figured I'd come back tonight, clean up. Wasn't planning on going out anywhere until at least tomorrow. Had to find able bodies in order to dive into the mines, and in my opinion, they at least seem to be able. Maybe not.
So
now.
that's so funny because I've heard this story before, Flint. And the last time you said this, I had a lot of cleaning up to do of a lot of trouble you made.
Oh, yeah, about that. Yes, but we found new things. We discovered something else, remember? So we have that at least to succeed with.
And you know how many dragon-marked houses we had to end up explaining ourselves to because of finding new things and where your nose ended up in places that it didn't belong to?
Yes, but this could be different. This could give us an actual accessing understanding of what we're
So
looking
it is what I think it is.
Yes. Fine. I'm going to look for the silver forge, the cinder silver forge.
What did we tell you? You don't say these things out loud.
All these people think these are nothing but wives' tales around here.
You have no idea who's listening.
And that's
You
why
never know who's listening. I told you this from day one when you asked me that you wanted me to help you.
And we've done so much so already.
And we've
Taking me under.
only scratched the surface. If you knew a percentage of what I actually knew, you wouldn't be able to handle it.
Well, that seems presumptuous of you to assume what a person can and cannot do.
Adelaide, this is not your concern.
It may not be my consent, but it's happening in front of me, and I'm taking an interest.
How about this?
And Hemlock, we already know you're like super old, so we already know you know everything. So, like, we're on your side on this.
Miss Adelaide, I apologize. I did not mean to lose my temper at you. It seems that though I am dealing with immature individuals. As he looks at you, Flint.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He kind of just wafts the hair a little bit. Just, yes, immature, right? But we've figured out so much, and I've got a new lead. I want to see what it's about. And I found able bodies. Apparently, they've succeeded in saving this town.
They did, and they're very capable of doing so because they work together, they listen to each other, and they trust each other.
Or do you have any other information that I might be elusive of about this thing
I
that we're
told
not supposed to be speaking about anymore?
I told you that when the time was right, I would tell you the things that you need to learn. But right now, it is not the right time.
So what are we going to do then today, Doc?
When you say that, his fist in his right hand, the one that is usually always like shaking whenever he gets agitated at a machine that doesn't quite work with the right artificer spell that he tends to, it just balls up and you know that you have gotten to him. He just takes a moment. He goes, I have to go to the library and once again to fix their ever-bright lanterns because the enchantment is once again getting cross-wired. Now, if you don't mind, I would like to make sure that they have their things taken care of. And I expect that tonight you will be back at the workshop to finish what you started and that there will be no trouble.
Stop by the workshop in just a little bit, and I'll clean up the mess.
Thank you, Flint. Miss Adelaide? Mr. Kit?
Kind of like nods.
Oh,
And Miss Sheila. Always a pleasure.
Don't worry, Hemlock. We'll keep him alive. I'm a teacher too now. I understand how difficult your life is.
oh, don't forget the part about the still water. I don't think he was there for that.
He has gone through the double doors.
Oh no, we can't hear you. Or at least I can't hear you.
I'm here. Yes?
All right. No, I think we're good.
Okay. So Hemlock has left in a huff. A wonderful first impression. You get the sense, the rest of you, that from your prior experience, knowing that Hemlock has worked a lot with Warforged, especially having done repairs on your Warforged associate, that Flint is doing something along those lines with him. At least that much you can gather. And it looks like I will be right back. The tension is a little high, and there was an awkward conversation. Needless to say, Flint has left that in the air. Yes, Lily. Once again, being very polite.
She just kind of look around and say, does he always talk to you like that?
He's got his days. But normally he's actually quite a comparable human being.
And he
And on
doesn't.
occasion, he even understands compassion. It's a strange thing to see sometimes. He's always in his work. And then, as much as it pains me to say that most of his work is his own, a little bit of help comes a long way.
Well, I've just become a lot more invested in helping you. You want to get into that? Do you want to find that silver whatever? I say you disobey and we go look for it.
This evening, we'll meet back here. You go clean up my mess first. I left quite a big one. I need to actually apologize for that. And I need to grab something in the lab anyways. So, and I'm sure he's not going to miss it too much. But we'll go grab that too. Brogden, always a pleasure to see you. And I'll be back later, and he'll toss him another silver.
Hi, mate. That'd be a stranger, all right? And don't worry about Hemlock. He'll get over it. He always does.
Mm-hmm. And Flynn will give a little nod and walk out, heading back towards the lab, where he has a cleanup action to do.
And the three of you watch as Flint goes on his way, and we will follow Flint. Flint, you head towards, and I will show on the map where that area is. So, in the town of Quickstone, we have an area called Old Town. Now, in Old Town, more so up on the hillside towards the higher path, just around this area where the quarries are, right in this back area. That is where Hemlock, Old Man Hemlock as he's called, decides to live. He's a bit of a hermit for the most part. And he is, able-bodied and capable of taking care of everybody's needs for the town. And while he is a curmudgeon, he is incredibly gifted and talented, as you've seen and you've been able to work with and admire for a lot of the time that you've been apprenticing with him. How long would you say you have been working with him?
Probably 10 plus years. So it's been a minute. It started as a curiosity of how Everlights worked for the lanterns, and then it became it's very much that curiosity that led to something, and it just leads to something else. But it's also why he keeps Flint at an arm's length, usually for everything, because Flint always wants to learn something new. He is probably the version of Hemlock that Hemlock saw himself in when he was in his younger ages, is probably about what the best way to put it.
There was an instance probably about 3 years ago where you happened to stumble upon a chest that was filled with notebooks and leather-bound books from Arcanix, which is the floating arcane college just above Brelin. That is essentially the primary wizarding school. It is the Harvard of Magic School, if you will, here in Eberron. He was not happy that you happened to stumble across those. When you were reading them, though, it was so articulate and it was so defined. It was like nothing you had read in terms of intricacies and detailed formulas on artificing, and especially on forging. This was in, going into arcane theories that had only been just discussed in theoretical discussions, and he was looking into putting into practical use from these notes, and you were just fascinated by it, but they were just collecting dust, and he chastised you for them. And that was the last you had spoken to about it. And you had not understood why nobody knew about this guy. And you couldn't find, like, why at Moorgrave University in Sharn his name never came up, which is like another huge university. You never understood why, like, in other academic circles, there was nothing about Hemlock that just comes up. But it's like, is he just this diamond in the rough genius that happened to show up someday? Why is he doing in a small town? This is why your curiosity just happened to be so focused in on him. How come this guy can put together so many mechanics? What is he doing in a small town helping repair somebody's door frame?
Mm-hmm. And I think that's part of why Flint has many times that he took some of those jobs off of Hemlock, and just an opportunity to watch Hemlock in his prime, in his home. It seems like when he doesn't have something going on where he's got to run over here and fix this or run over here and activate this, it gives him time to sit in his study or in his lab. And that's where you would see Flint outside of doing that and outside of the occasional bar stop. He would just watch him and watch the gears turn in his head, so to speak, as he would come up with other. It was like he would, if Flint could take over some of the problems, then that just made for new things to happen. And he felt like he was actually a part of something at this point.
As you head back to the workshop, give me a perception check.
Sure. It's a 12.
Yeah. Describe how you last left the your work area.
This was probably he was either preparing for what he would need in the mines. So there's a lot of boxes open. He's building what would be let me make sure I know the wording we spoke about earlier for the equivalency of gunpowder. So he's prepping those types of things as well, because he knows that they're for the Dragon Shard mix, both for potential dynamite explosive as well as for his flintlock pistol. And he kind of takes his jacket off, and there's a what looks like a normal rucksack for the average person, but when he takes it off, it comes off in 4 pieces, as if legs walk off of it, as this little almost crustacean-like creature walks around, opening up little doorways that open up into small brooms and mops, things like that. And he'll grab one as well, and we start just he organizes things, puts them back together, and while he does so, on his desk is a piece of paper that he had almost like charcoal pushed, like transcribed, of something called the prime mold. And he will grab that and he will place that in his little surveyor bot, and then let that kind of do its thing, and then clean up the rest of the place. And knowing that Hemlock is going to want it spotless, he goes through all of the details of what it would take to a normal day to get this thing back up to what he would consider functional, and then leave a cup of warm tea on what seems to be an always heated plate on his desk as a thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Gonna do something real quick. You, it's about, just past sunset, so it's a little dark. It's got like a purple haze in the sky right now. You can see outside of the window, and you hear a small kind of, like a toolbox kind of being hit and stumbling down. So clearly somebody else is here.
Hello, who's here? And Flynn will yell. There's only 2 people ever here, so if it's not, and he'll even call out Doc if he doesn't hear anything immediately.
And you do not.
Flint is going to place his hand on his side. He's going to walk over to the backpack, the rucksack, and it's going to climb back and connect back to his back. And he's going to toast his overcoat back over top of it, and start walking up the stairs. Pistol on hip, old Western style.
Are you you're going quietly, I'm assuming?
As quiet as he possibly can. Yes. Would you like stealth
Give
check?
me a stealth check, please.
Absolutely. That's an 8.
The stairs are very creaky.
Mm-hmm. Old place. He doesn't keep it super, and the few things he does keep he likes to keep things original. So yes.
Indeed. It's the one
Including the
regret
creaky
you have.
stairs.
As luckily though, the louder noise that is there, rummaging, it seems, through a workshop area, is this frail, almost seemingly rusted and rotting metallic husk humanoid body going through that chest that you had found several years ago, and other pieces and other kinds of property of Hemlock.
If he knew that, he's gonna come up with gun drawn.
And you click back your flintlock.
What you doing there?
You see as this figure stops, and it slowly turns their head, raises themselves up, and you look as a warforged body that looks like it has been through a fresh battle, almost. And it leans its head, and it starts to keep turning its head, almost as if it's going to go about 90 degrees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't
And
do that
then
as a human.
quickly snaps, and that like as if it's just resetting, and you see like a arcane spark just glitch from the dragon shard glow in its eyes.
You know, we could fix
And-
that if you come over here for a second.
So in Age of Ultron, when it first shows up and it's
Yeah.
in the janky Iron Legion body,
Yeah.
it's very much like that,
Okay.
and it's looking at you like it's gonna ask you for help. It just you hear this ratted, grating voice saying, I need.
And he's grabbing, but does he have anything in his hands?
No.
So nothing within the chest is.
He has nothing on him. No, nothing on their hands. They're basically like a skeletal metallic figure.
He will. Cool thing about He's gonna do. Yeah, so he's going to kind of raise his hand over his shoulder, and a similar something's going to pop out underneath. It looks like a small blowtorch. Says, "Come here, get you all fixed up, so we can understand what you're saying." And I'll slowly approach this creature.
And it's like jankily like glitching as its hand just is like slowly just I need, and
Yep.
it's
We'll get you in 1 second. Just stand right there. Just raise your hands so I can get underneath the neck. We can get everything taken care of. And he's going to cast, with his Tinker's Magic, he's going to cast Mending.
and you cast mending. And where are you approaching from? I just want to know, like, how are you like mending?
Depending on, oh, he's coming up underneath the neck to try to mend the vocal cord, the vocal box.
So you're like right under there, and you cast mending. You see the metallic area just kind of like seal up and close, and then you hear in a clearer voice, "I need you to leave." And an arm blade pops out at that moment. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Excellent.
We will be right back after this, and we are going to see exactly why James learns why you don't approach a Warforged so quickly. All right,
fine.
everybody, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. And what we do, James is going to have a little bit of one-on-one action, and we'll see how long that lasts. We'll be back in a few. All right, everybody, mute, and we'll see you. Let's get ourselves on that be right back screen. And welcome back, everybody. So, before we begin our little surprise attack, first off, Flint, also known as James, why don't you tell us a little bit about Tabletop Misfits?
Sure. Yeah. So Tabletop Misfits is a variety TTRPG stream we run. This year we'll be running 6 different TTRPGs throughout the year. We'll be starting back with Dress to Quest, which our wonderful Idly is also involved with as our Paladin of the Ancients Druid. We also have a World of Darkness campaign that is going to be kicking back off later this year. We have a Power Rangers campaign that's being kicking back off later this year, and then 3 new stories that we're telling, including Pendragon, Kids on Bikes, and I'm missing one. I know it's there. Candela Obscura. So those are the 6 we're going to be running this year. We also do a Wednesday show where we have a interview with game masters and players in order to gather insight into the TTRPG space, as well as just to promote amazing people within our space. And then Thursday nights is our paint show, which is with my best friend, and he does painting and mini building, and model building. So we have a whole bunch of stuff going on over there, including, and I will also be at 8 conventions this year. So yeah, I'm busy.
Jesus. All
Yeah.
right. So you are a busy individual, needless to say, and all of which can be found at Tabletop Misfits. Excellent. Well, now it's time to kill you.
Yeah. This is how you start.
kidding,
This is
I'm
how you
kidding,
do
I'm kidding.
one shots.
The Warforged, looking rusted and falling apart, at least until you decided to mend its vocal cords, which it can now say, "I need you to leave," as it brought its extended blade, which came out of its arm, and is bringing it
Well,
to
that's a new
your
trick.
throat. We are going to roll initiative.
All right. That sounds about right tonight. Man, my dice are hot. 4.
And you rolled
I rolled a 4.
4. Okay, let's see. I got 19 plus 1. So
Sounds about right.
our Warforged is going to make its first of 2 attacks with its arm blade. Now, here's the thing. You can tell, just from being the artificer that you are, that this is not a fully functional, fully articulate. This is an ancient, or not even ancient. It is just a battle-worn, decrepit Warforged. Whatever it may try to do to attack you, it's going to be really lucky to get a shot in. So we're going to see how much this is actually going to work. And, well, does an 11 hit?
No.
Okay. So a swing and a miss as it tries to get into you with that first attack. It's going to try and swing again for 17.
Still misses.
Really? Okay. All right. Well, the second attack's missed. So there. Now you guys are close. So this is kind of a movement, and it does not get either one. You get to go now.
All right. With that, do we want to have fun with this or not? I'm curious how crazy I want to go with this. First
Now's the
battle.
time.
Oh, now's the time. Okay, cool.
I mean, you're a star. Go crazy.
Yeah. So we'll do bonus action first, and we're gonna do Giant's Might. So as a bonus action, I can magically gain the following abilities. If you're a small or large creature, you become large. And if you lack room, you still stay within the space. Now I have advantage on all strength checks and strength saving throws. Once per my turn, one of the attacks with my weapon do an additional 1d6 damage. And he is going to, with that, bring down his war pick right on top
Okay.
of this thing's head.
All right. Roll to
let's see.
attack.
Woo! Here we go. That's a net. Oh wait, hold on. That's an advantage, so that's good. because that natural 1 would have hurt.
Yeah, it would have.
Yep. So we'll do that again with advantage because that was that's going to be an 18.
18 will do it.
All right. And then this is going to be it was only a one-handed. So it's going to be a. Oh my goodness! I can't roll for crap tonight. Apparently, that's going to be 3 points.
Okay, that's effective.
But let me make sure. If I had to use it, I might have had to do it as a bonus action. Let me double check. No. So what I'm gonna do then is with that, as he comes down with it, he's gonna brush his hand across it, and a fire rune is going to appear on it.
Mhm.
And he's going to cast his fire rune. So that's going to do, you can invoke the rune to summon fiery shackles. The target takes an additional 2d6 and must 2d6 fire damage. How do I do that in here? Let me see. How do I do that for this? 2d6, 2. Roll. So you can take an additional 5 points of fire damage.
Effective.
And
Yes.
he must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained for 1 minute.
That's a 4.
Okay.
I
With
am
that,
restrained.
okay, and with that, he's going to step back and he's going to say, "All right, big fella. Just trying to figure out what you're all about. In all honesty, I'm happy to remove your head and dissect you if I have to, but we can just make this a little bit peacefuler. I'm happy to have a conversation."
And
Where
you
are you
just
from?
hear it's say, "There's no conversations when it comes to the blades."
Well, you were stuck, and I'm standing here, and I'm going to take a 10-foot step or a 15-foot step back.
Is there anything that it can do to try to escape the?
It's while restrained in the shackles, the target takes 2d6 fire damage at the start of each of its turn. The target may repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turn,
Okay.
or I can banish it. But we have 10 rounds,
you can decide. Would you like it to try and still interrogate it while it's taking punishment?
That's fine.
Because
I
I'll
mean,
tell
it's
you right
still-
now, we got a 6.
Yep, we're just gonna have this conversation, or I'm gonna let it burn to death until it's.
All right, how much more damage?
Yep, happy to. This is like when somebody when it's like, ah man, I killed it on accident. Didn't mean that. 7 points.
7 more points. Okay. Flames just dig deeper into it as it's just. You and all of the rest of you are going to burn just like these chains. The Lord
like a problem.
of Blades will find you all, especially your precious creators.
Well, that's a sad thing to say. Well, with that case, he's going to on his round, because why not? He's going to. I don't really have the ability to do it. He's going to do a targeted attack if you'll let me do it.
Yes.
I'm going to take the.
James, I'm going to let you know a lot. I let my players do a lot of things.
Oh, absolutely. I do too. You can ask Eiley. I let them do crazy things. I will say he's going to take his light hammer and like using it as a blacksmith's hammer, since there's heat to it. He's going to try to knock the blade off.
I like it. Take an inspiration point for that. That's very good.
All right. And since he's still in his fire mentality, he gets this at advantage. So that's a 15 on that one.
That'll do it.
Or a 20 on the next, but it's not a natural, so it's an unnatural.
Yeah.
20.
Either way, it hits.
And that's gonna be 5 points.
Okay. It's getting, you can see it is practically like falling apart as pieces of it are melting from the heat chains.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna try to knock that blade off and say, "All right, so I can let you go. We can have a conversation, or I can let these chains burn you to death. It's your choice."
I would rather burn in the embers of Kyber than speak with the flesh of the likes of you.
It's funny. You've been speaking with me the whole time. However, with that very ignorant and disrespectful wording, he's going to draw his repeating pistol, place it to his face, and fire.
Yeah. Also, he failed again.
Okay.
That was a 9. So you
Hold on,
can add the additional damage.
Let's see what more damage we do first.
Yeah.
That's another 8.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is not looking good. His arms are practically melting off.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm trying to keep as much of this
blade
body
has at this
together.
point just kind of ding, 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 ding.
And that's what I needed. And now I just need... he's making sure that he's not targeting the core in any way.
Right. Yeah.
And he's going to remove the... He's going to remove the head now. Potentially. Now this is a... I believe this is not a... This is a ranged attack. Oh, I'm shooting it distant at range. Well, that's not fun. That won't be with an advantage then. No. Why not? Let's see what happens. We're on round 5. I still got 2 more rounds unless this guy breaks out, which will still be funny.
If you want to use your inspiration point to cancel out the disadvantage so that it's a flat roll, I'll allow that.
Sure, why not? Yeah, that's at natural 1. Goodness gracious, tonight is great.
Crap.
The
one time that you didn't pack the dragon shard powder correctly.
Yep, that's fine. Well,
and on their turn, once again, they are going to try. I mean, it's a fruitless effort at this point, but oh well, it's an 18.
So he breaks.
And you see, in a way, though, their hands slip through the molten of it because they're like just this slag that is there, and it's like just dripping. Like they don't have claws at this point, so they can't really even do a blade attack. They're just like basically zombie walking towards you as they're practically falling apart. And what they can say in like their last like desperate efforts of movement is, "The gears will stop turning for Quickstone." And then you watch as piece by piece it just falls apart in front of you until it collapses.
Well, that was disappointing. He'll reduce back to his normal size. He will grab what seems to be the equivalency of like pliers from his pack, and he will start to he'll sit down very nonchalantly, place himself on the ground and cross his legs, and just start dissecting this thing till it is to its pieces. Anything he can forge from it.
Give me a this would be, I guess, a tinkering check. So this would be your what's it called? That's
Your tools.
Yeah, the tools. Yeah.
How does that work? Or tinker? I'm clicking on my tinker tools and it's not giving me.
Then make it intelligence and then add your
Add my proficiency. Excellent.
Yeah.
That'll work. So that is going to be, and that's my best number. Go. So let's see what we get first. So we're starting at a 15. My intelligence is a +2.
Okay.
And it looks like proficiency is a +3. So dirty 20.
So you know what to look for in terms of a Warforged as far as its central, in the internal magical nexus that provides the sentience and the animating force, and it's called a resonance core, or the spark of creation. It's not a physical organ in the conventional sense, but it's a nexus of stable, self-sustaining arcane energy. And within a Warforged's body, typically there's an intricate network of root-like fibrous conduits spreading outward from that core. And these function as analogs to the equivalent of a nervous and circulatory system. And that's what distributes the arcane energy and the lubricating alchemical fluid throughout their form. These are all like basically the biology of a Warforged, all of which you have seen exposed in the body of this in almost like a rotting form. Most of it now even singed and burnt with like an ash smell from the arcane fire that has been singed into this body. The physical skeletal frame of the specific metal and stone alloy with the wood fibers making up the musculature feels decrepit and almost brittle at your touch while you're putting it together. Specifically, there are two things you are looking for, one of which the resonance core. The second is what's called the Gulra, Ghulra, the Gulra. Each Warforged has a unique rune engraved on its forehead, and that is considered the fingerprint, the mark of individuality, and potentially the anchor for their personality. And some dare say the soul of a Warforged. Okay. This one does not have one.
So what he will do is one of the things that Flint does is he is always one of those ones, instead of asking for permission, he just asks for forgiveness after doing something that he knows he's not supposed to do. And in this case, he will take some of the devices that are within the lab to keep the core glowing, the resonance core. He will place that on Hemlock's table. Under it, he will say, "Thank you for everything you've done. I will be back soon." And he's going to take that piece of paper and head back to the bar where he can, where he will meet back up with the crew. And actually, he will take the rest of the resonance of pieces and things about the Warforged and throw those into some sort of forge or kiln to melt down to absolute zero material.
You do so, and you find your way back to the stonecutters.
A little bit more disheveled, some soot on his face, but Flint walks back in, grabs a drink, and goes and sits down with the three of them and places a piece of parchment from his backpack onto the table. And that's the one that you sent me.
And what you all see him put down is this.
Yep, you're muted.
That thing looks a bit much.
Well, that's what this thing is supposed to build. But if we can understand how it was built, we can know how it can be destroyed if for some reason it ever would attack Quickstone.
Does it look
for the three of you, real quick, though, give me a perception check about Flint.
Okay.
Sorry, that was the first thing I forgot to ask for.
You're fine.
12.
12, 13. Very nice.
Same
Could I
for
use
Sheila.
my passive? My passive is 14.
Yeah, I would say then, Adelaide, you're the first to realize that Flint looks like he got beat the F up. At least in terms of he got dusted.
Yeah, his hands are all covered in like dust. He's got he's like swooped his hair back, but the marking of dust is all pushed over his face. Doesn't care, but
Because obviously he didn't get hit, but it looks like he had just, in a matter of minutes, it looked like he had been working on something in a kiln for like 10 hours.
The drink that's in front of her, she kind of just like slides it over with like a side eye in a. Was it worth it?
oh, absolutely. Anytime I get to take one of the cores out of one of these nasty little creatures is worth it. It's not the first one. Won't be the last.
I wonder if that's anything like carving out a heart. She just
He kind of gives a side eye over to Adelaide, wanting to ask the question but not willing to ask the question.
Sheila, you
Yeah.
would have noticed that this is kind of the look of. Yeah, you've seen this kind of like look before, and you've seen this appearance in the look of scrappers that you've encountered before. So you know this vibe.
Interesting. I mean, I thought I saw some of the stuff out by the Mournlands, but
Oh, can I retro something before I left the lab?
Yeah.
Excellent. With his before he runs out the door, he is going to cast alarm at the door to the lab.
Okay.
And I believe I can set that to double check. While everybody else is going, I'll double check on that spell to make sure that it might be able to do what I want it to do.
And for those of you interested, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Eiley.
I was gonna say with Sheila's understanding of firsthand accounts of Warforged of this nature, plus her druidic training that she's been doing, can she try an Arcana check to try and just get her brain wrapped around what this is?
Yes, you can.
All right.
So it will not trigger if Hemlock walks over it, but anybody else will trigger, and it'll send an elemental alarm through my to me.
That'll be an 18 from Sheila.
Okay. This is from what you can tell, you have met, or at least you have encountered, beings that are very advanced and very of the standard model of Warforged. This looks like something ancient. This looks like something before anyone's time, which is strange because as far as common knowledge goes in Eberron, Warforged were created by House Cannith.
Well, Sheila ain't stranger to things being strange, so she'll roll with it. I mean, we fought a giant Warforged who was trying to bring forth a squiggly eyeball guy, so you know we've seen strange.
Do I know who the squiggly eyeball guy is?
You would not have any context.
Got it.
Yeah.
So
But-
I'll save you the trouble. Whenever Sheila just talks out loud about any sort of description, you're not going to have context.
That's perfectly fine. That's
even
no
if you
issue.
know, if you even knew, because she just understands things a little bit differently. But yeah, yeah, we probably should make haste to whatever forge thingy you were talking about earlier.
Oh, so you've decided to join me.
I mean, yeah.
And we'll keep this out, and we'll try to get this done fast enough that hopefully Hemlock doesn't come looking for me.
I did tell Hemlock I was going to keep you from dying, so that was part of the talk.
I'll return the favor.
Is it selfish that I just want to ruin Hemlock's day a little?
He might be an old curmudgeon, but he's a good person. Don't
Want my help
too
or
much
not?
on him.
I want my help or not. Fine. Leave my suspicions and my thoughts to myself.
I mean, I think Hemlock is really old and probably invented the Warforged, so
It's possible.
I mean,
But
he's really old.
he is
Like,
very old.
He's like more than this times 5. I'm learning my times tables, guys.
Is that what you're learning in school?
I'm teaching the school, but also learning. You learn best by teaching.
That's true. Well, I have a contact that'll get us to where we need to be. His name's Harlan. So we'll meet up with Harlan, and then we'll head out to where we need to be.
Are we heading there now or when?
Does she have anything else you need to take care of?
I mean, if there's assassins or spooky people stealing stuff, we probably have a little bit of a timetable to be minding, and not the multiplication timetables. Those are separate.
All right.
Did you know that?
Yeah,
There
there
are
we
many
go.
different
Off on a tangent. You know, you remind me a lot like Hemlock. These tangents you seem to go on to. Must be why he likes you. Anyway, off to Harlan. And he'll just step up. So
As Adelaide gets up to follow, she just looks over to Sheila. The only math that I'm interested in is my kill count.
Do you have an abacus for it? I can get you one from the school, just in case.
she's gonna steal an abacus from the school.
A murder kiss.
Oh no.
I'm an inventor
Murder kiss.
now.
Oh dear Lord.
See, now I have to have this.
Now I must have this.
All right. So we're heading off to find Harlan.
All right. Where you can use. I'll pull up the map again if you'd like, or I can just give you a copy of the map and you can tell me where you'd like. Or if there's just, you could say a discrete location.
It would definitely be a discrete location, probably closer to the mines.
Okay. So we're gonna say that you actually end up going to a spot in the tents. You know what? No, we'll make it even better. You're gonna go to the haunt, which you're gonna find a little spot in the haunt in the dark of night, so that no one really knows that you're gonna be there because nobody goes there at night. Those are the ruins, and you find a discreet location. And it's very quiet. It is only lit by the moon at this point. So let us set the scene.
All right.
You find yourself there in the quiet of the night. 4 of you now meet up. You were told that Harlan was going to be there. And eventually, you see A human male, gaunt and jittery, pale skin, seems permanently stained with soot and grease. The most striking feature is his right forearm. Where the dragon mark of making should be, there is a mass of ugly burn scars. He's wearing a tattered, fire-resistant leather apron over filthy, noble clothes that are a decade out of fashion. He wears heavy, tinted goggles around his neck to hide his eyes, which are sensitive to bright light, even at night. And he carries a heavy iron wrench that doubles as a club. At least that's what you know, Flint. And his hands seem to be constantly twitching, as if he was trying to assemble an invisible puzzle, constantly doing these calculations in his head, it looks like. And he's muttering to himself, it looks like, as you quietly approach.
The answer's 62.
Oh,
It's good to see you.
you're right. Flint, how are you?
I'm well. I've acquired some help for a certain job that you and I have been discussing for a while now.
He pats you down and he takes a whiff of the air. You smell like a sulfur and stone.
Yep.
Did one of them get to you?
Well, he tried.
Right.
Tried. And I'll say that if you don't mind me, I'll say I took a piece knowing that I was coming to Harlan. Just hand him a piece of the metal.
And he looks at it.
Actually, no. He would take the where the gulra should be, and hand that to him and say, "These ones don't have a print."
The three of you, if you could give me insight checks. As this individual is looking around. I don't understand.
17 plus 1 for an 18.
13.
6.
Adelaide, you definitely think that he is legitimately investigating and looking into something. Sheila, you see an inquisitive mind. Kit, you think he's crazy. There's nothing on here.
Exactly.
That's right, Sheila. I know you. You're one of the stone cutters. I saw you at the public meeting. You did great. You did a lot of good stuff for us. Thank you so much.
I mean, all I did was hit stuff.
Yeah, sometimes
Okay.
you just gotta hit stuff. You just gotta hit stuff sometimes. You know, I've hit plenty of things.
Harlan, let's get back to what we're talking about.
Sorry.
Yeah,
You weren't followed, were you?
Oh, of course not.
You say that every time, and yet somehow, then all of a sudden you're attacked by an unidentified warforged.
The thing was actually found inside of my predecessor's lab while I was trying to clean up some things. So,
Well, did it identify itself? Did it have a name?
it wouldn't give me a name. Wouldn't even let me speak to it.
Was it one
But
of them?
It's a good question. Now on to what we had discussed. The
Yeah.
coordinates.
Oh, right. The
Did you get them?
he looks at the other three.
They're coming with me. So they don't need to know the coordinates, but they kind of do at the same time.
I have a trustworthy face.
No, but it's okay.
Not in the slightest. But that's okay. I've worked with the least trustworthy people in all of Eberron. In fact, they gave me this, and he points to the
Giant
scar. Yeah.
Trust is not what we need. We need action and a little bit of curiosity.
Well, curiosity is what got us into this trouble, isn't it?
Yes, and hopefully what gets us out. I know Hemlock is not going to be happy with me doing this, but I really need to see what's down there.
Hemlock's never been happy, and I understand why. He walks up to each one of you. You're the lawman, aren't you? Kit, right?
Yes, hello. I am Kit. And a quick
What
question.
do you know about House Kenneth?
What do I know about?
You can give me a history check.
A 3.
All you would know is what the regular people of the world know, and that they're the leaders of they're basically the ones who give everybody the arcane tech. They're the ones who made the lightning rails.
Right. Oh, you're talking about the lightning rail people.
Yeah, the lightning rail people. That's what everybody remembers. And you. He looks at you, Adelaide. You think that everything is hunky-dory with your Warforged friends? You know, the sheriff walks around here all the time. Do you think that they're not one of them?
I think until proven otherwise. But I'm not exactly one known for trust.
Yeah, you can't trust anybody around here.
No. She just smiled.
You, Sheila. You. You're good. All right, Flint. There is. You have the piece of paper still, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. So here's what the four of you are going to have to do. There's been a lot that I've been through. If you haven't figured it out. So 10 years ago, I put together this foundry, and I utilized. Do you know what a manifest zone is? When the nature of the different planes of existence are able to fold in on each other and allow safe passage for a brief amount of time. It's how the original Fey creatures like yourself, Kit, and lineage of your types were able to pass through and exist in our world. Sometimes they last longer, and sometimes they have to be created. Well, I was able to basically create a rift, and I was successful. It was self-repairing and very hot to the touch. But it was also uncontrollable, and what it resulted in was living brass. I was able to recreate it, something that was just hypothetical at the time, and it didn't just animate. It was trying to consume the other metals, and it got my teammates. It slaughtered the research team.
We know.
I barely had time to leave the facility in Sharn. And when I told the Baron, the house buried the project. And they stripped me of my title. and my rights and my house agent name. They took away my dragon mark.
He was undeserving to be the least. And now they treat him like an outcast.
I'm sorry.
You have
I'm
nothing to
sorry.
apologize
Hey
for.
now. You wouldn't believe how many people have similar stories, Sheila says, as comfortingly as Sheila can.
My friend, if we figure out this, it won't matter. We'll have something
Right.
above them all. And an understanding that potentially could make your own house.
Well, if we can get the prime mold from the old lab, not to sell it, not to do anything but just to prove that I was right, that the old ways were the ancient ways, and that House Cannith did not originate the process, and that they created a life form and not just a machine. And I recreated the process, the original metallurgy process. We can take them all down. We can finally stop the lives they've ruined. I just need help.
You've been a good friend. And a confidant for many years. We've made strides in these things that most people could ever imagine. Even under Hemlock's nose. He's a curmudgeon, but he's a damn smart one.
Do we have names and locations for the individuals who harmed him?
It's not what we're here for. We have to find out. I know. But I'm sure whatever we find down there, you'll be able to kill it.
Oh,
Fine.
please. No more death. That's all that house has brought.
We
For
don't know what
once.
we're going to find down there.
I just
Hopefully
want
nothing
for
living.
once for there to just be some sort of positive outcome from this. I think that what's best for us all to do is we recuperate in the morning, and we just get a night's rest on this thing, and I'll have all my supplies ready for you. I've got all my information. It's at my place. We'll meet there. Meet me at my place in the morning. And then I have my map. I have all my stuff. I just need to relax and not be looking over my shoulder every 5 seconds.
Before you go, we need the coordinates just in case.
He writes it down on a small little piece of paper and hands it to you. And he said, "Sunrise. Meet me at the tent. Meet me at my place at the tents. My stuff is buried underneath the safe. It's not in the safe. It's underneath it. Just in case." All of you give me an insight check when he says that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
8.
I would say that Kit, you're the only one who kind of thinks those might be the last words to this group. He brings you in, Flint, just to kind of like shake your hand and hold you for a moment. And he says, thank you. And he looks at all of you. He says, thank you. And he goes back to the tents in the direction of them to get rest.
As he gets ready to leave, Flint will grab, as he's pulling away, he'll grab a hold of his hand. He says, we've made amazing strides in what we're looking for. I'll see you in the morning, my friend.
I will see you in the morning.
And he squeezes his hand, and then he will produce the other side of the sending stone and hand it to him and say, if you need anything, you know how to reach me. And I'll hand him a jelly bean.
He walks off. And the four of you take a deep sigh of letting that tension rest, knowing that no matter what happens tonight while you rest, what happens tomorrow is going to be far more important. The weight of this situation feels like it just got a lot more heavy. As usually the case with metals. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. We'd like to thank James, our special guest player from Tabletop Misfits, who will be back next week for part 2 of this side quest, Fortune and Glory. James, please let us know where people can follow you. Should you like them to follow you?
Absolutely. You can follow me everywhere actually on Twitch, Twitch, YouTube, and others. Other than Instagram, everything is Tabletop Misfits. They stole my S in Instagram, so it's only Tabletop Misfit.
Ain't that a bitch? I just found out that I have no means of logging into any of my old personal Instagrams anymore, but I don't care. I hate Meta, so whatever.
Yeah. But the best way to notice, if you see the blue wizard, that is the best way to target to know that you are at the right Tabletop Misfits. If you don't, then you're somewhere else. So
fantastic. Idly.
yeah, that's me. You can find me on most social medias at Wild Hearts. On Twitch, I am the Bad Ideas, where we tell all sorts of strange stories, and it's only going to get weirder this year. January 20th is when Girls Gone Wasteland goes live. I've finished most of my planning for the first episode. We'll see how that goes. We will be adventuring with a wonderful group of femmes and thems through the apocalyptic wastelands of Joshua Tree on a wonderful mission. I've recently decided that Beanie Babies are our form of currency in this wasteland. It's going to be a good time. And then it looks like February 15th, the Bad Ideas is going to have our first guest DM come out for our Hit Me With Your One Shot series, in which guest DMs will get to have a place on the Bad Ideas to showcase their fun and creative side, along with a bunch of guest players. I'm very excited for that project. Those are going to be once a month specials for the next 2 years, because somehow I got 24 DMs to say they were interested in this Russian roulette of D&D and other TTRPGs. So that's what I've got going on.
Fantastic. Awesome. And Lady Lily.
Guys, I'm Lady Lily, and I am Lady Lily of La La Land here on Twitch, TikTok, and I believe just Lady Lily 29 on Instagram. I have run my own game on Wednesdays called Fae Academy, where I've thrown a bunch of my players into a magical school and told them to up the drama. I also have another project coming up around the end of the month, a little mini camp that I'm starting, but there'll be more of that to come. So thank you. That's all I got going on right now.
Also, Lady Lily is one of my Wasteland warrior queens.
This is true.
And
Very
also,
nice.
I'm excited.
Also, Alex and Idly and Lady Lily are part of our Just Quest team.
Yes,
Very
I
cool.
hope I get to play Philander again. She was fun.
We will be missing you idly next game, but Neo Soul God will be back on our next game, and we will have eventually the whole crew back for the start of our next arc, including Charles, which we're also always happy to have our Vol Paladin. See what I did there? Huh? And I am Michael St. Gregory. I've been very happy to be your DM here on 2B Dice, which of course you can follow here on Twitch. Thank you for everybody who has been watching. Hey, do you like theme parks? I also have a theme park channel, which you can follow, the Backstage Kingdom. I talk about all things live entertainment in theme parks. I've got a brand new podcast, which just premiered this past Monday, and episode 2 comes out tomorrow. Episode 1, I was talking about the premiere of the Star Tours The Adventure Continues, where I, during the opening ceremony, inadvertently met George Lucas and Bob Iger and held the door open. And turns out I was there for the tail end meeting of their acquisition of Lucasfilm. If you want more details about that, listen to episode 1. But if tomorrow's episode premieres, where I talk about all about the history of the live portion of the Great Movie Ride, the former attraction at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and how insane it used to be, including how at one point a cowboy shot the movie tour guide, but then they said, no, that won't do. So if you want to know more about that crazy story, please check out the Backstage Kingdom podcast, available on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And please make sure for following us here on 2B Dice for other great games, including the Star Wars adventure game, which is run by our very own Tarzan, and more games that are coming along, including this one, which you can check out in 2 weeks. So we will see you then, everybody. Thanks again to our guest player, James, from Tabletop Misfits. We will see you next time on Frontiers of Eberron, Quickstone. Have a great night, everybody.